Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Klassi Korner. Let's talk. I am the owner and founder of Klassi Korner. If you don't know by now you know I'm Nika, and this is my daughter.
Hello, I'm Imani. How are y'all out there?
Okay, so Imani, what's going on?
Well, what's not going on? First, I want to say rest in peace to the legend DMX.
And also, we had lost a very close person to us, a godmother of mine here in Georgia. Rest in peace, Miss Gwen.
Yes, we love you. Okay, so let's get to these comments and these questions and answers that we have for these.
Oh, girl, yes, because the first one, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I really was.
I had to think about this for a minute.
Yes,
I really had to contemplate.
Yes. So we about to talk. So let's talk. Let's talk.
Okay, so someone wants to know. My big sister has 3 kids, and they have all been taken away. My grandmother has custody of 2, and my sister has 1. She is now pregnant again, and my family thinks that I should take custody of the baby. They are always justifying her drug addiction as to why she can't get herself together. I'm living my best life, and I don't have any kids, and I don't want any kids. Am I wrong?
Hey, girl, live your life. That's the first thing I'm going to say.
Live your life.
Yes.
It's unfortunate that those kids are in that situation. It's not anything that you did to put those kids in this situation. You didn't have kids, or you don't have kids for a reason, because evidently you're not ready for kids, or you just don't want kids. But either way, I think it's wrong for people to force you to have an instant family if that's not what you want to do. Imani,
I mean, I agree on that. I mean, it's 50-50 with me, honestly, Mom. You know, if you feel that's what you want to do, then, you know, teach his own. But if you feel that you want to enjoy your life and you don't want to be responsible for anything because you're not ready for that, you're grown. You don't have to deal with that or do that. It's all, and they have to respect that. And it's nothing wrong with that. But go ahead, Mom.
If there's drugs involved, why isn't someone trying to get her help?
Absolutely.
So she can get her kids back. Or do she not want help? Is it hard to get her help? Has she not accepted that she needs help? I don't know. But, that's like kind of bullying to tell you that, hey, we're going to, not deal with you, or we're going to be upset and cross our arms and pout our mouths out if you don't get custody of a baby that does not belong to you.
Right.
I understand it's family, but at the end of the day, those aren't your children.
And you have the right to make the decision
absolutely
that you want to make.
And that's why you are doing whatever it takes to protect yourself and prevent yourself from being a mother, because you don't want to raise any kids. So for you to feel like you're obligated to take on other people's kids because they're family, no, you're not obligated to take on other people's kids. People are obligated to stand up and man up and grow up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree with that, because when it comes to taking care of kids, first off, it's not easy. That's the first thing. And you're not going to be used to it. It's not a book that you go buy. How do I
know? Hard. So it's expensive.
It's expensive. It's hard.
And I bet you these same family members aren't going to all pitch in and say, hey, well, look, if you go ahead and get the kids or get the baby, then, I'll take the baby on holidays. Right. I'll take the baby. I'll do Christmas. I'll do birthdays. I'll do this. I'll do that. No, once that baby is adopted, that baby is fully yours, and they're going to make you accept responsibility as if it was yours. So, no, if that's not what you want to do,
or as a family, why can't y'all come together and come up with a decision? I mean, that's fair. That's fair, but just to throw it on one person, I don't think that's really fair. It's not.
And then she already have 3 kids, and they're already in 2 different homes, which means even though they still get to be together, they're not together. How dare her go out there and make another baby? Yeah. Knowing that she wasn't going to be able to keep the baby.
Selfish.
That's very selfish.
That's selfish. That is selfish. That is very selfish.
Do she have them because she already know that one of y'all are going to take the kid?
Absolutely. And I was just going to speak on that. Like, I don't know the person personally, but it's like, well, what are your plans? Okay, well, I have a backup plan. I know my sister will be there. I know my mother will be there. I know. No, it's that's where people get comfortable.
Absolutely,
that's when people get comfortable.
Right, and it sounds like someone is enabling her behavior and her activities. I mean, we don't think that we do, and no one wants to see their child or their sister or their brother or anyone close to them fall by drugs, because that's a demon, and it's hard. I mean, it's real hard to, get people to fight that demon off of them.
Right.
So, and it destroys a lot of lives, because for the most part, when you're dealing with someone who has a drug addiction, you're going through that addiction with them. Even if you're not using the drugs, you're still going through that addiction
Yes,
with
you
them.
are.
So, someone is making life easy for her in that family, to make her feel comfortable enough to keep having babies and keep going out there doing what she do. I mean,
And that's not just with this situation. That's a lot of people, everyday thing. Individuals are dealing with. It is. It's something that we're dealing with. My mouth is like, I'm sorry, y'all, but it's something that we deal with every day. Something that we all are. If it's not us, it's the neighbor. If it's not the neighbor, it's the person down the street, the person in next city, next state, where it's going to happen, and it all happens. So yeah, I don't think it's fair that, I believe that the best way and the most fair way, Mom, is, okay, as a family, let's come together. Let's see what we can do.
We can do to help. Bottom line is, they're still going to crave living with their mom. I mean, nobody can take your mother's place. And for them to have to see that their mom is on drugs and basically choosing drugs over them is a hard pill for a child to swallow.
Yes, it is.
And everybody's going to have to do some explaining to these babies in order for them to be able to function and not let it affect them, because people don't realize kids stress and get depressed just like adults do.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to their parents, nobody wants to see their parents hurt. I mean, even when you could be 50 years old, you don't want to see your mom, and knowing your mom is in her 90s, but you don't want to see her hurt. You don't want to see her in agony and pain. You don't want to see her going through something that you see is destroying her. So it's going to hurt. I mean, but I think bottom line is, try to get her some help, or either put some boundaries in place where, she don't have the right to come and see the kids at her leisure. She don't have those rights anymore. Take them from her, because as long as she can know that she can go out there, do what she do, whatever she doing, and come back with a baby, and someone is going to be responsible for this baby.
She's going to continue to do it.
Absolutely.
She's going to continue. She's comfortable. And when someone is comfortable, especially like that, it's something that you cannot.
They feel no need to change their behavior,
and you can't take them out of it. They have to want change. They have to want it. So, that's the speak on that situation. I mean, hey.
So you ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
Okay,
let's talk.
So, number 2. Why do I always end up with the same type of guys? They treat me horrible, and I know I deserve better, but I don't feel like I do. I really would love to have someone love me the way I deserve to be loved, but I can't.
It sounds like she like bad boys.
It sounds like you have a low self-esteem.
And it sounds like she also like guys who's not good for her.
Yeah, she said that.
So,
but
I'm pretty sure
she want to know, why does she keep choosing them? Because we attract who we are. Well, it don't seem, it seems like you just have to think more of yourself and have standards. I mean, you have standards for yourself. You wouldn't treat yourself bad, but then again, you would, because if we keep going back to the same bad people and they're just disguised in different clothes, then you're treating yourself bad. But you have to find out, why do you feel like you deserve that? Like, do you have issues with your dad? Men issues? Did something happen to you to bring your self-esteem to a point where you feel you have to settle for anybody or anything, regardless of how they treat you? I mean, I'm trying to figure out, because you already know that you deserve better, but yet you don't feel like you do deserve better, which is kind of contradictive, I would say. But I do understand what you're trying to say. So basically, you need to work on your self esteem and your confidence and your security as a woman. Imani, what do you
Again,
think?
I was just about to say, and again, like you just said, she needs to work on herself as a female. I'm not sure of age, how old you are, but I'm young. My mom's older than me, so she's experienced. She's been there, done that. And, I'm pretty sure as a younger woman, you're going through something where, well, I can't even say as a younger woman, but, right now you're going through something that in the long run, hopefully you see that you don't have to go through this no more. We go through stuff like this because we feel like we're not worth it. We feel like we don't deserve better. We don't know why, but we just do it. And I'm just speaking for the, younger generation. And that's why I say I agree with what you said, Mom, because it's just, it seems like low self-esteem, something that a lot of women suffer. We all have it. I don't care what a female say. We're insecure about something,
And
and
of all ages.
yes, absolutely. Racist,
Yeah,
all
race,
of that.
age, nationality, creed, it doesn't
Yes,
matter.
yes.
A lot of women have low self-esteem. A lot of times it's because we're eating energy that's not meant for us to eat. We sit, we watch TV, we watch videos, we watch social media, and we're basically, getting this image of what we're supposed to look like, how we're supposed to behave, how we're supposed to dress.
Right.
But in actuality, the best thing about each individual is that we are an individual.
Yes.
So
we're our own person.
Exactly. And
absolutely,
what may be meant for you may not be meant for me.
Right.
You may want to be that earthly person where, you believe in sense. You believe in everything natural, everything coming from the earth.
And then
I might be that person who believe in everything needs to be fake. I need a fake butt. I need fake lips. I need fake eyes. I need fake nails.
Everybody's different.
So everybody is different. And that's what makes us so beautiful. Embrace your flaws,
and find who you are.
Definitely.
You got to get to know
you. In between all of these bad, toxic, ugly relationships, work on yourself. Because if you work on yourself, when you give yourself a break from other people, the next time you choose to have someone in your life, whether it's a male or a female,
right.
Your standards are going to go up on that person on what you will not accept. Now, it's funny because I always tell my daughter, the older you get, the lower your standards get. And I had to tell her at this point, I'm just glad if he got a job and his health and he's still alive with his own place and car. But when I was younger, he had to have this, he had to have that. I wanted that everyday money. I didn't want I don't do the paychecks. I didn't want to wait for the paychecks to come through. I wanted
benefits.
I wanted some quick benefits. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, long as he can retire off his job. Long as he got his own home, as long as he driving his own car, because I don't pick nobody up and I don't drop nobody off and I don't let nobody hold my car.
Absolutely.
I'm not looking for a roommate. I don't need half on the bills. So with that, you kind of, but it's still things that I'm not going to accept. I'm not going to accept you being disrespectful to me or anybody that I love or care about, anybody, period. Because I think, as an adult, you should know how to handle yourself. You should know how to even agree to disagree. Mm-hmm. You should know how to just be able to have a conversation, whether it's a good conversation or a bad conversation, and not be disrespectful towards people.
Communicate.
So, that's something I have on my list, and that's something I'm not backing down or taking away off my list. Hey, Bonnie, what are your standards?
So, when it comes, for one, I'm not even looking for a relationship.
I mean, you don't have to look, but standards even for friends,
Yes. Well, for one, I've always felt that I would rather communicate with a person who has more than me, mentally, financially, all of that. And the reason I say that is because you can learn a lot from that. Instead of being still being here, let me be up here. So
someone you can grow from.
Right. And that's what I believe in.
And that's beneficial because if you're going to have anybody in your life, they need to be able to bring something positive to your life, even if it's, let me show you how to get from step A to step B.
Right.
And then someone come in and take over B and teach you how to get to D.
Right.
So, it's still having standards, but
Right.
you're supposed to have those kind of standards. And, when you have stuff going for yourself, you really don't want to take the risk of losing it on something that's bummish
and not worth it.
Not worth it. Just like, ew. So,
And I've learned and still learning from a lot of mistakes, like choices. I'm not even gonna say mistakes.
Just getting started.
I'm gonna say that's why I say learn and learning because of choices, because I can't say mistakes because I made those choices. So I'm not gonna say mistakes. I'm gonna take responsibility and say choices. So that's why I say I understand. And sometimes I don't know why everyone thinks low self-esteem doesn't mean that you think you're ugly. No, that doesn't always mean that.
No.
It's what we allow and what we accept.
And knowing your self-worth. And a lot of times people, they talk a good game, but they really don't know their self-worth. They hide behind things,
Yeah.
But at the end, when the doors are closed, you don't understand, you won't believe what they're going through or what they're accepting, and it's because of their self-worth. And your self-worth ties in with your low self-esteem, because when you know you deserve better, you're going to get better.
Right.
It's like a job. If you start off on this job at the bottom of the job, but you have the same qualifications, the same experience as the people up top.
Right.
Are you going to be comfortable and just stay down there at the bottom and continue to do the least attractive job? Or are you going to put in all your efforts to become that top up there? So it's the same thing with your life. Every time you go through something, it's supposed to be for you to learn something from it. Every time you get an X, it's an experience, whether it's a good experience or a bad experience.
But it's
something to learn and take from it. So if you was with guy one, and guy one, will act all crazy or jealous or insecure and stuff, then when you get with guy two, as soon as guy two starts showing you them traits, then you gonna tell your
don't stay.
You don't stay.
Keep going. You don't stay.
Don't complain about something that you saw within 3 weeks in 3 years.
Yep.
It don't get better. Mm-hmm. It gets worse, because they become comfortable with treating you that way, and you become comfortable with accepting that treatment.
And you feel like that's what you're worth.
Exactly.
So, hey,
So you got to know your self-worth. And sometimes, it's not the guys, it's us. Sometimes we can meet a good guy, but because he is not what we want from him, and that could be something as far as, and I read this poem a long time ago, sometimes we mistake our playmate for our soulmate. We prefer the guy who dress fly. We prefer the guy who got the money, the Beamers, the Mercedes, the big house.
Yeah.
We prefer the guy that everybody knows over the little short man who work 9 to 5. But what you don't realize is that 9 to 5, he's making damn near $30 an hour. But he doesn't look the way we need him to look. So we're going to overlook him. And that's the one that wants to be with us. That's the one that's showing us that he's going to treat us good. But we're going to overlook him for the guy who mean us no good.
Who dressed nice and got all of this and that whatsoever.
And half the time we are attracted to bad behavior. We are attracted to bad behavior. Because if we wasn't attracted to bad behavior, it would be ezy for us to escape it.
Yes.
So...
Yes, and I agree with that totally, because we absolutely, well, I can say this, the opposites attract. I hear that a lot. Opposites attract. You can't, I've never talked to a person who I was just alike, but we weren't too opposite. But opposites attract. The bad ones want the good ones want the bad ones.
Yeah, I think
it's part of life.
I do. I think when you have something going on internally, that's when you look for the opposite.
Yes.
Because there's somebody that you could be or you want to be, but you don't have the courage to be. You do that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a kid living in the suburbs, but They only want to listen to gangster rap. They want to act like they are in the street selling drugs
because they want to fit in.
Because they want to fit in. You know, and then you have them kids in the hood who don't want to be in the hood.
Yeah, at all.
But it ain't no way to disguise it because everything about you say you from the hood. So it's like self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, all of that goes together. All of that marries each other. All of it dates each other. You know, it's like a threesome. They all together.
And you don't have to date. You don't have to date. You don't have to be with no one right now. That goes for the men and the women. You don't have to be with nobody right now. Like, work on you. Yeah, just work on you. Like, that's actually the best time. I just like, and I know this is kind of off topic, but I never understand why people move in with each other so fast. I
don't get that either.
And then when things go left, everybody's confused on like, well, why are we like this with each other? Because y'all didn't even get to know who y'all were before y'all came together. Just like getting married in 30 days or something, you know? So it's just work on you, you know, work on you. It's a relationship it's plenty sand on the beach.
And I always, I'm sorry, go
ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I always say, try the opposite of what you've been doing.
Yeah.
So if you know what type of guys you attract, stay away from them. And you attract something else. You go
date a lumberjack.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously,
like
try something different. A plumber. You know, if that will work. And it's nothing wrong with the plumber or anything like that.
But most important, like Imani said, try dating yourself.
Yeah.
You know, get to know yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Once you start falling in love with yourself, the other things become mediocre. Like, you know, you're not going to care.
Yes, at
why
all.
them guys act like that. You know, you're going to expect that behavior from them. Because when you meet the guy that's for you, he's not going to treat you like that. He's not going to do you like that. But in the meantime, let them fools do what they do.
Ain't no Netflix and chill. You can Netflix and chill by yourself. I mean, I do it all the time by myself, and I enjoy it. Right? Like, it's a relationship, and I tell women that, females that, I'm not gonna say women, I tell females that all the time. A relationship is not that serious. It's not that deep. Men are going to be here. Women are going to be here, regardless. If they're going to be here. They're not going anywhere. You will have time, but what you won't have time for is yourself, because you're gonna put all your time into someone else and trying to find that someone else. But that someone is not going to work for you if you don't know who you are and don't love you. So
that is so true.
That's it.
That is so true.
Like, but yeah. That speaks on that.
Imani, it was nice. Another episode, another moment.
It's always nice.
Of Klassi Korner, let's talk.
Yes.
So, again, I'm Nika. This is Imani.
Hello.
And don't forget to check out.
Later.
And don't forget to check out KlassiKornerLLC.com. You can also follow me on Twitter,
Instagram,
Facebook.
Yes.
So, until we meet again, bye, my love.
See you later.